Hello, beautiful friends. It's me, Dr. Missy Hillock, and I am here with an energetic forecast for the week of June 28th to July 4th, 2026. And I tell you what, I don't know about you guys, but I've really been coming alive from the energy this month of the new moon that we recently had and all these energetic shifts that are happening between with planets and alignments and things that started kind of earlier in this month and will be continuing over the next couple of weeks. It's like I feel like this surge of kind of this solar plexus energy, this kind of doer energy, this manifestation energy has really awakened within me once again. And I hope that you're feeling the same. And I will tell you that the cards that I pulled for this week are really so aligned with that message and that theme, which I love to see. And also know that this week, tomorrow, actually, we have a full moon. Which is the strawberry moon. And so the full moon time is the time where we surrender, right? So after the new moon, we kind of go into that doer mode, that creation mode, that manifestation mode. And by the time we come to the full moon cycle, we begin to kind of surrender, to rest, to receive. We go more into that divine feminine energy. So that is happening tomorrow. But I will say just the energy of everything that we are working with in this week, even though it would be this week of surrender typically, is still so much in this beautiful forward momentum energy and manifestation. And again, you're going to see that come through in the cards that I'm going to share. So let's dig into it. The first deck that I pulled from, one of my all-time faves by Colette Baron Reed, The Wisdom of the Oracle, and I pulled card number 22, Blessed. First of all, let's just talk about the number 22. So 2 is like that master number of manifestation, of creation. So anytime you see twos repeated, so 22, 222, you know that you're in that zone of creation energy. And so already with everything I've shared, we're right there in it. We're right there still in this beautiful phase of creation and expansion and change, very welcome change. And that's the theme that we're really seeing here in the card Blessed, which is one of my absolute favorite cards in the deck, because if you look in the guidebook, everything is just like, wow, things are going your way. It's like, the saying, moving mountains. It's as if the mountains are sort of moving in front of you. The Red Sea is parting. The things that were barriers and obstacles are starting to naturally dissolve and sort of move out of the way, or issues are being resolved. Things are coming to completion. And yes, this might have been things in the works for months, or might have been a lot of effort that you've put into it over time. And now all of a sudden it seems like things are just going your way. The ball is rolling in a beautiful, blessed way that feels really great. So expect this to come just first of all in terms of your energy and how you're seeing things happen around you, but also specifically, I really feel into this financially, but also in your relationships. So what this means is when you think about being blessed and being open to this beautiful expansion and creation within your life, this means that within your relationships, expect some deepening of intimacy, some deeper connection, some more layers to some of your existing relationships that are maybe more than they've been before. And this is really welcomed. And this also means there may be some new people that enter the chat at some point soon in your life that are also going to add quite a bit of value and beauty to your life. So this is very welcome. And again, this also brings in beautiful financial windfalls, gains, unexpected, checks in the mail, and really great opportunities that will pay off really well. So love, love, love getting this, because the energy is just like, it's all for you, right? Everything's happening for you, and it feels like ease, it just feels like flow. And that's also what the full moon time brings us. It's not that we don't manifest during a full moon phase. It's that things are in flow. Instead of us out there doing and working and creating, we're sitting here receiving with our open arms, allowing the abundance and the creations to come in. So know that this message that I'm sharing related to this beautiful manifestation energy is actually really beautifully aligned with the full moon that we're stepping into this week, to be able to receive kind of like the fruits of our labor. Okay. So the second deck, this is a new deck to me. This was gifted to me by a beautiful friend, and it is Getting into the Vortex by Esther and Jerry Hicks. I love Esther and Jerry's work. I love how Esther channels the teachings of Abraham. And so this is one of their oracle card decks, and it's a relationship deck. And so this one is card number 45. And the message is, I can focus on what I do want in a relationship. So how does this relate to what we've shared so far? Well, first of all, if we know that part of what's happening right now with the energy is this beautiful deepening of relationships and this beautiful maybe expansion of your social circle or your business circle or whatever it may be, some beautiful people coming in at the right time, good people that you want to connect with, that instead of being preoccupied or thinking about the things that you do not want to experience or create or have as part of that dynamic, it's really important to focus your mind on what you do want. And, think about that just in the basic principles of manifestation and consciousness, energy, right? Where consciousness goes, energy flows. So, and I believe last week, this was part of the message that was there in our energy reading too, which is be careful what you wish for, right? Because you'll get it. And because we're in such this prime season of creation, we want to be really conscious of our thoughts. And so this applies to relationships, but this also applies to anything you're thinking about. Make sure you're consciously observing those thoughts that just bop around in there within our head, right? And notice when you may be thinking about things that are actually what you don't desire, and take some time to consciously shift, consciously choose to say, you know what? No, actually, what I do want is this. And you can say that out loud. You can say that in your mind. But the point being that you're catching yourself having those little threads of negativity or gloom and doom, or that list of all the things that you don't like or don't want, and shifting that focus, that consciousness onto what you do dream about and desire and want and value, so that you can bring those energies in. And then I wanted to pull in some dragon energy. So bring in a little helper to the scene here, to help add to the conversation. So I pulled from the Dragon Oracle card deck by Diana Cooper, and could not have pulled a more perfect card for the theme that we're working with here this week. And really, like I said, this month and next month that we'll be moving into. It's the Alpha Dragon. Harness the divine masculine power of creation. Destroy the old, visualize your dream, help to manifest a new world. So first, just in relation to what I've just shared, again, this is just bringing more and more of that beautiful solar divine masculine creation energy here into the field. It's saying, yes, girl, yes, this is what we're talking about. It's validating the theme of manifestation and creation and change within us in a very powerful way. But notice that I really connected with the last sentence, help to manifest a new world. Because remember, what's going on with you in your life and what's going on with me in my life is also just a snapshot of what's going on within the collective. And as you know, with all these, cosmic shifts and all of the collective consciousness and energy and what's happening globally and beyond the earth, the energies are shared. And so while we are over here doing our best to live consciously and create beautiful lives and expand and learn, know that also as a collective, as a humanity, as, living beings on planet Earth, which is also its own livingness and consciousness and all of those things, that we are all moving in this direction. We are expecting and seeing already energetically some really much needed change that's happening. It's going to continue happening in the weeks and months to come. And as we know, oftentimes things get worse before they get better. Things look really ugly. Things look broken and in disarray. And because unfortunately for humans, who those of us who are really stubborn, a lot of times before we change for the better, things have to get really bad first to make us want to break down the system and recreate something new. And so know that this is a really inspiring message toward where we're headed as a collective in terms of really truly manifesting a new world, bringing down some old systems, some old ways of being, some old ways of thinking and doing to create a better structure, a better ecosystem, a better collective for us all. So we welcome in the Alpha Dragon and that energy to really bring that in. And then normally I would just pull from 3 decks, but I felt inspired to pull from one more deck this week, especially given that it is this powerful manifesting time, but also this full moon right here at the beginning of our week. And so I went to a deck that I love to work with when it comes to letting go, when it comes to surrender, when it comes to allowing. So kind of bringing that full moon energy into this beautiful manifesting energy that we've just shared. And so I pulled from The Power of Surrender by Judith Orloff. And the card that I pulled is Surrender Your Belief in Scarcity. And I absolutely love this one when we talk specifically about manifestation, because you may think of scarcity as specifically related to money, and that is part of it. A lot of us carry these scarcity codes or wounds or kind of parts of our blueprint that don't even have to do with us. They may have to do with our ancestors. They may have to do with past lives, these other ways that our consciousness has interacted before we came into this body. And certainly finances are part of this scarcity coding, but scarcity to me means lack of, shortage of, and that could be anything. It could be resources, it could be talent, it could be time, it could be relationships, right? So surrendering the belief in scarcity. And the message is the universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. So we started with this beautiful blessed card, and here we are. It's almost like these two beings. It's like this is the guy who started, and he's facing one direction, and he's kind of thinking about things and staring off. And then here is like this beautiful evolved version of this, right? Where she, instead of in contemplation here, she's in prayer, she's in reverence, she's in this exalted state. Look at the light, and see the sky in the two cards look very similarly, right? So it's like, in order to really stand in this energy of blessings, of abundance, of pure, unadulterated, receivership and allowance to receive all that you came here to experience and play with and explore, is a call to surrender that belief in scarcity. So any place within the mental field, within the emotional field, where you think that abundance is limited, or that abundance is not your birthright, or that you must do or work hard or suffer or sacrifice in order to have abundance. And that doesn't mean we just, stay in our bed all day and expect everything to come to us. That's not what I'm saying. But the beautifulness here is abundance just is. It's the nature of the universe. It's the nature of consciousness. There's always, every second, more and more being created, more ideas, more resources, more and more and more. So abundance is just what is. We don't have to do anything to earn it or to receive it. But so many of us have these blocks to abundance in some form or fashion. And I'm a big believer that when we are even blocked in one element of abundance, so let's say it's financial, we're therefore, hurting our flow of abundance in all areas, because abundance doesn't differentiate between abundance of time or love or money. It's all one thing. It's one consciousness, right? It's one energetic flow. And so the call is to really open yourself to receiving, to allowing abundance to come to you, and knowing that there's if there's scarcity, there's something within that speaks to a worthiness within you, right? So really leaning in to your worthiness for having and experiencing all that it is that you desire. That's your task this week, and that's mine too. Don't you worry, I'm on it. I really hope that this message serves you and that you have this beautiful week with the full moon, with the beautiful manifesting that's also happening. And if you want to make sure you don't ever miss one of these messages, you can certainly follow me here on my YouTube channel. And you can also sign up for my mailing list. I like to send out a couple of emails each week with some beautiful tips and reflections and guidance and tools that you can use to support you along your journey. So I hope you have a fantastic week, and I certainly look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.